Okay, we're back here at the 58th Bill Rahm Invitational, the conclusion. And we have with us now for this segment our runner-up, Brock Lykens. And Brock, you just ran into a red-hot bowler today in my clear. And not much you can do. I mean, it's one of those things you can only control what you can control.
Yeah, I had a couple missed spares, but other than that, I felt like I threw the ball well. It's just I knew coming in that it was going to be a problem. The urethane carry down was going to be definitely a problem for me, and I didn't have anything to counteract it. So
yeah, you tried a couple different balls and just not able to adjust.
No, I just couldn't get anything to fight through it and have the same reaction twice.
Yeah.
So
well, especially when you guys are both throwing about the same line. And you were probably a little bit inside, where Mike was a little bit farther outside.
Yeah, so
he was trying to do about 5 to 7 board, and you were a little past that, about 7, 8, 9. Looked like especially on 9 when I could see you.
Yeah, I was trying to stay inside of him, and my ball would just drift out through it. And one time it'd come heavy, one time it'd come light, one time it wouldn't even make it back. So
it's just
And
it's hard to win 6 matches in a row to get the final when you lose an opening day.
And we were talking about that. You had to bowl all the way back out of the first loser's bracket, and that's a lot of bowling.
It was a lot of bowling. There was a lot of tiring bowling.
But I know you're an athlete. I know you're an athlete because you played high school baseball for my son. So I remember. I remember when you were playing baseball. So is this a little easier than baseball, or you think it's a little tougher?
I think they both have their challenges. So you have to have a fast reaction time in baseball.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah. So, but it's just one of those things. And we were talking to Mike about had to make a little bit of adjustment in the lanes too as the match wears on, right?
Yeah. And obviously, I couldn't find that because I was fighting from game 1. I found a little bit in game 3, but it just didn't carry over.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and when you run up to a buzzsaw like Mike, everything he throws is going down. And
well, he was throwing a ball older than I am.
Yes, definitely.
When you have a 216 today, which is not bad. I mean, when you get 1,000 thrown at you, it don't make a difference what you're having.
And it's just getting breaks too. We talked about the breaks. He converts a 4.9.
Yeah.
And that tells you that he's just getting the breaks on a day.
You got to have some luck in this sport. And,
you do.
You know that as well as I do.
Well, the last I think 4 matches came down to the very last game, and always within the last couple frames, they would end up missing something, leave a split or something, and open it up.
Yeah, it's just one of those things. And
that's what I said. We probably had more close matches this year, and a tournament I can remember in a long time. We must have had 6 or 7 matches that were within 10 pins.
I'm going to say a lot of them were probably mine too.
I bet you probably had about 3 or 4 of them.
Yeah, I had a lot of close ones.
Well, and it just seemed like you started every game rough. Just kind of the first couple of frames, you had a couple of opens, you had one where you were just stringing like 4 spares, and that kind of just dug you the hole that you had to keep digging out of.
So after that first game, I was trying to come back the second game and at least keep it close and maybe gain a couple of pins and try to chip away, and it didn't work.
You couldn't.
So I couldn't get anything to string together strike-wise.
Then he shoots 258 and only picks up a pin.
He picked up 1 pin. Yeah, that's not a lot you can do about that. I mean, you just ran into a tough bowler today. He's coming. He loves you. He's coming over to give you a hug, a shoulder rub. So, but we appreciate you stopping by. Congratulations on runner-up. I mean, you say runner-up. That's not bad either.
No.
Well, I told him he got his feet wet next year.
There you go. Yeah, for the first time. Yes.
And we were talking there at the beginning of the first few frames that you threw. We figured that you were a little nervous, especially, you're by yourself out there with Mike and this many people around. It has to have some sort of a mental effect on you, even though you bowled in college and other, situations. But this is, head-to-head by yourself out there. There's no other bowlers. It's a little bit different situation that you're dealing with.
Yeah, there was really no background noise.
No.
No other lanes going.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Crowd's a little smaller than opening day as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, exactly right.
You don't have that distraction of the other noises and input and so forth. So, congratulations.
Yeah,
That's-
yeah.
You'll
Appreciate
be back.
you stopping by.
Oh, yeah, I hope.
Yeah.
Good job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah.
He's going to be in that program a number of years from now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Forever.
Okay. Thank you. Brock Lykens, runner-up in the 58th Bill Rahm Invitational, and appreciate your guys' help. Bill Hansen, Bill Rahm Jr. Like I said, without you guys, there'd be a lot of dead air time. If it was just me.
We did. Like I said, we had a really good tournament this year.
Yeah.
A lot of close matches. There wasn't excessive scoring, and we tied our opening day totals, and we turned on Sunday, and everybody struggled, it seemed like,
Yeah.
on Sunday. So it wasn't like they just free willy scored. I mean,
Right.
they were tough ones sometimes, and when we had 11 900s on the first day, and we had 2 900s in both shifts on Sunday. So, it went from all of this to that. But it was a good tournament. There was some good bowling. There was there was 2 or 3 matches where it got down to somebody needed a mark in the 10th, or somebody opened and lost a match. And that's good for the fans.
Yeah.
The best match that one day was in 869 to 861. I got shooting 900s, and then they were within a mark of each other.
Sure.
So it's
Yep. Good tournament.
I always look forward to it.
You're looking forward to the 59th now, right?
I guess.
When do you start preparing for that? It's a few months ahead, right? I mean,
Well,
it doesn't start 2 weeks ahead.
No, well, I've started doing some of the paperwork on my computer. Some of the stuff that needs to be changed and so forth, and like score sheets, I'll start changing, and I really don't get into it until October, November, and we first start posting sheets for
Into the new bowling season.
into the
Yeah.
new bowling season and so forth. But then then it starts. I always like the holidays, as I say, tell people, and but when January 1st comes around, I said, "Oh crap, here we go again,"
Yeah,
and then my job
We're
begins
underway again. Yeah.
and getting everything ready, because I've got 6 weeks to get stuff put together in about 4 weeks.
Yeah, and I put everything in as we go. So to me, everything's updated for me. Like I'll go back, put this in the computer, and I'll be done. So then I just have to, when he sends me the bio, I just do the bio and send it back to him. I update the bio. But he does all the legwork.
Like I say, because you're out of state now, living out of state,
Yeah.
so the local stuff has to be.
But he
Bill
does
Hansen.
everything. He does the search, the sign, the bowler, sponsors, the ad. The bowlers most of them get their own sponsors.
Okay.
But he has to get all the ads and walk around and do that. And I'll tell you what, the ads are pretty good, because you walk into a place and say, the Bill Rahm ready to start, you want to run your ad, and 90% of the time they'll say, yeah, and
Sure.
they'll run their ad for him. But he does all the legwork and all the ads and the shirts. And, this wouldn't go on without him.
I was gonna say, it's a lot of behind the scenes stuff
Yes,
that people
yeah.
don't see if they show up or even watch the podcast.
And people don't realize, what goes into, the Bill Rahm Invitational, and also the Ladies
Yeah.
Invitational.
Which, by the way, starts next week.
Next Saturday.
Next Saturday. So we'll be back here
Yep.
with another podcast on that, and you'll be helping out with that. And
Right.
Deb Mason, you don't stick around for the ladies. You go back
I
home.
go back to
You're
He's
back
got to
in
get
New
ready
Jersey.
for a knee operation.
Oh wow!
But they talk about all this and that, but when we talked about delaying the Bill Rahm when Howard Steiner passed away,
Sure.
and we couldn't just say, okay, we'll move it to 3 o'clock. We got the radio involved, we got the mayor involved, we got Suburban Lynch if they got birthdays or something going on.
Sure.
It wasn't just our chance to say, okay, we'll just move it to 3 o'clock.
Right.
There was a lot of outside people involved in it, but it worked out.
It was just the timing of the thing. Howard
Yeah.
passed the week
Yeah.
leading up to the tournament.
Yeah.
And they scheduled funeral same day.
And the
same
funeral was
time
on
as the opening.
Saturday. Yeah. So
It worked out, so
Yeah.
I'm glad.
Yeah.
Like I said, we
there
had
were
really-
pros and cons to that because Howard was on everybody's mind at that
Yeah.
point.
Yeah.
But then you had, like you say, the conflict at the time. So,
Right.
but it worked out.
Yes, and so I'm looking forward to next year.
Okay.
You never know who's going to come out. And, I thought the way Mike was bowling, he had a decent chance after that second day.
Sure.
Yeah.
But you never know. Like
Yeah.
I said,
Well, he takes one off
you
day.
You could bowl 920 and get beat, and then you're in loser's bracket.
Yep.
Right.
Exactly.
We had three 900 series lose on opening day.
Wow.
And, you average 225 and can't win. That's tough.
Yeah.
It's tough. Yes.
Definitely.
Yes.
But well, thank you
Yeah.
again.
We appreciate the Bills.
We
assistance
appreciate
here.
everything the radio does.
Yeah.
And for all of you, it's going to be on podcast on Broward County Now. And as Davey said, around 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
Probably a little later than that
Yeah.
because John has
Yeah.
basketball tonight, but
understand.
certainly not before 8 o'clock. But yeah.
Davey texts me, makes a comment every time I put something. Don't forget to
Exactly.
mention WBCO, WQL, and Broward County Now.
Davey does love this tournament, and if he was still living in Ohio in the winter,
Yeah.
I wouldn't be here. Davey would
Yeah,
be
probably.
here, and rightfully so because
But,
it's been his tournament.
He
So,
did it for 25 years.
Yes.
He really enjoyed it.
yes, he did. Yes, he did.
But we want to thank you guys for everything you do.
Well, and we want to thank Suburban Lanes, Sean Ridgway, and his staff here. They make it very comfortable for us, and we appreciate that. And John Kreider does a great job
Yes.
with the engineering. Without that, I could not set up all these cameras.
Yeah.
I have a basic knowledge of setting up the Comrex, which puts us on the radio. The cameras, not my bag at all. So we appreciate
And
John.
it comes out really well. And like I said, for all you that want to watch,
Yes.
it's on anytime after they put it on. It's on anytime you want to watch it.
Yes.
So if you're working at 3 o'clock in the morning and you want to watch it, you can get on and watch
You can
the
go back to
podcast.
last year's.
If you got insomnia, this could put you back to sleep.
Yes.
So
True.
I want to, thank you, Dan, and also John, for doing what you do. We couldn't do this otherwise.
Right.
Yes.
Exactly. So
And like I said, WBCO's been with us since the first tournament, Doyle Weaver. We did the first finals, and
sure.
it really helped get the tournament. I have so many people telling me that they listen when we were doing a live, listen to the final of the Bill Rahm on the radio where they're driving somewhere.
Sure. Absolutely. Yep. But so we appreciate anyone that's viewing now because that's what keeps us going as well.
Yes.
And our sponsors supports our sponsors. So we appreciate all your viewership. So that will conclude our broadcast here from the Bill Rahm Invitational, and we'll look forward to next year.